All right, Bob, thank you. As forecasters anticipate an active hurricane season ahead, the conversation in Venice has turned once again to hurricane shelters and the lack of them. The city of Venice hired a structural engineer to study the Venice Community Center to see if it can withstand a hurricane's impact. ABC 7's Christopher Brantley joins us live in Venice with more on the story. Christopher?
Good evening, Scott. Before we get to the Venice Community Center, I want to show you real quick what Sarasota County's biggest concern is. That over there, that is the mainland, and we are standing here on the island. The worry is if this body of water, the Intracoastal Waterway, floods and damages one of the bridges, that can make it very difficult to get off the island and back to the mainland. Sarasota County leaders have had several worries about opening a shelter on the island of Venice. Not the least of which is the strength of the Venice Community Center, the building that was opened as a shelter by the city of Venice during Hurricane Irma. To prove them wrong, the city of Venice hired a structural engineer.
We came to meet him and he said, "This is the building you want me to look at?" He said, "Yes." And he said, "This place is a fortress."
Venice Mayor John Hollick tells us the engineer rated the building to withstand a Category 3 storm. But Sarasota County Emergency Operations Director Rich Collins isn't convinced.
I appreciate the fact that the building is built to withstand winds. The issue is its location and the flooding that can occur.
In the 1960s, the Intracoastal Waterway was dug up. Thus, Venice became an island. The community center is roughly in the middle of that island, 3/4 of a mile from the Gulf of Mexico.
Let's remember that Venice is a man-made island.
I know there's been a lot of discussion about being a man-made island, but at the end of the day, it's an island.
Venice has 3 bridges that can take you off the man-made island.
Depending on the movement of a storm, tidal surge could move up through the pass and around into the area, affecting bridges, boats. There's debris that can hit bridges.
The two men disagree on the use of the community center, but they both agree Venice does need a shelter.
We're looking for other buildings inland. We're working on multiple priorities on transportation plans.
The county's plan so far is to use the community center as a transportation hub, busing people to other shelters in the county.
We have a number of people that will not leave the island area, will not leave the Venice area, will not go to Northport, will not go to Sarasota.
But Sarasota County is standing firm that the Venice Community Center will not be opened as a hurricane shelter.
At the end of the day, we don't want to be post-storm trying to figure out how we get to 400 or 500 people that are trapped.
The engineer did say there were several things the Venice Community Center needs to be fully secured, and that does include a few new hurricane impact resistant windows. The city of Venice says they'll make those repairs themselves before the start of the next hurricane season, July 1st. But to be absolutely clear, the Sarasota County says they do not have any plans to open the Venice Community Center in the event of a hurricane. Live in Venice, Christopher Brantley, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.